All right, we're here with attorney Robert Navarre of Traffic Tickets 915. It's good to see you again,
Good
man.
to see
How
you.
you
How
been?
have you been? Good, good,
I'm
very
good,
good.
man.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, so it's been a while. I see that your business has continued to thrive and you get lots of reviews, and you're still defending traffic tickets for the city of El Paso and surrounding counties. So, congratulations to that.
No, thank you. It's I've been very blessed in my life to be able to do what I love. My passion is representing clients, defendants, and criminal matters, and I'm very fortunate to do that. It's a passion in my life. Having myself been involved in having to defend myself against the government for a crime that I'm alleged to have committed that I didn't. I know what
What
it's
was
like.
that? What was it?
I've been arrested. I've been put in jail for public intoxication, for speeding, for uh, when I jog a lot, I exercise, and what got me into doing traffic tickets is I was giving a ticket by an officer who claimed that he didn't see the accident. He took one witness interview from the actual a person who hit me while I was at a crosswalk and said that I just ran right in front of him, which I knew was not true.
Right.
And I was about 15 years old at the time, and as I'm being carted away on a stretcher, and I have a neck brace on, and there's medical personnel all over me, the cop gets a ticket and he stuffs it down my neck brace
Oh,
uh,
wow.
because he was too lazy to try to get any more statement from me at the hospital. He didn't want to have to go inconvenience himself trying to get all the facts, which is often the case. Is that these police officers are in such a hurry and there's such pressure and demand to write tickets for every little thing, regardless of whether or not they took any relevant information down. He gave me the ticket. I found out later after I got discharged from the hospital that I had received a ticket, and I decided I'm going to fight this because I knew it was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and so I fought it. I had actually was able to get witnesses who witnessed the accident, who saw that I had the right of way, and called them to testify. And I won my case in court. And the judge told me, he said, "You handled and conducted yourself better than a lot of attorneys that I've seen come into this courtroom." And he told me, he says, "You need to be a lawyer." It was right then that I realized that that is my passion in life, because my greatest fear is the government, with all their power and all their resources.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime they have the ability to charge a person with a crime that can be serious, that can affect their future, it can affect their present well-being, they can be jailed, they can be locked up, and that scares me. And so having that fear of the power of the government and being able to be that voice to stand up to government when they are wrong, that's my passion. That's what gets me up every morning, is fighting so that what happened to me doesn't happen to somebody else.
That's awesome. So that's how you became a traffic ticket lawyer. I didn't know that. That's an
Yes, sir.
interesting.
That's why I'm so passionate about this area of criminal defense.
Yeah. So, I know you do traffic tickets. I read on your website you guys do a lot of Class C misdemeanors, and I don't know if we talked about this last time, but you do occupational driver's licenses too, don't you?
Yes, we do. That's another problem that came about with the traffic tickets, is that Texas used to have a point system. They don't do it anymore, fortunately. But
Mm-hmm.
what will happen is a person accumulates a certain number of points because they have convictions on their record for traffic violations. The state of Texas will actually suspend a person's license. You can also get your license suspended in the event that, let's say, you're arrested and charged with driving while intoxicated. You can also get your license suspended for if you receive a citation for not having what we call financial responsibility, which is
The
insurance.
no insurance, right?
If you get a conviction on your record for that, the state of Texas can suspend your license. And what happens is, once you get your license suspended, that's can be very serious, because anytime you're driving on a suspended license, technically you could be arrested for that. And the other problem, of course, is that any employer that you want to work for once they do a background check and they find out that your license has been suspended, it may prohibit you from getting that job. And so what we do is we give people a way to have a license to be legal, to be able to drive for purposes of work, for purposes of school, uh, and to be legal so that they don't run into these types of problems. So when they go to their employer and say, they find out if you have a valid Texas driver's license, you can say, no, but I do have a license that allows me to drive for purposes of work. And here's a copy of it. And that's legal, and that will save you a lot of headaches and a lot of problems, both from getting tickets and allow you the opportunity to get a job.
So it's basically a driver's license, but it's limited to an occupation for like work, or maybe you got to take your grandma to the hospital or something
Right.
to get dialysis or whatever.
Correct.
So
If you've got,
it's specified.
yeah, if you've got purposes where you need to drive for somebody who's sick, for any types of medical care, or for any kind of necessities, and necessity could be anything. So that you can go get groceries, so you can get food. You can do that legally with an occupational license,
It's
so
pretty
that
interesting.
when you get pulled over, you don't run the risk of getting arrested because you're driving on suspended license. So it's very important that you get, at the very minimum, occupational license, which is just like a driver's license, and it allows you to continue driving so that you are legal.
Well, that's a nice feature.
Yeah,
And how
it's
long does
great.
it last, the license?
You can get it for 2 years, and if you need an extension after 2 years, we can refile with the court and ask for an extension of another 2 years. So you can have a occupational license for a couple years if you need to. But most of what I found from experience is that generally it takes a person approximately about a year and a half to get their license situation worked out. What you have to do is you have to contact the DMV. You're going to have to pay
Right.
some reinstatement fees. You may have to take another driving test. It does take time because the DPS, Texas Department of Public Transportation, is very backlogged, very backed up. They have tremendous waiting times. And a lot of people are very busy. They don't have time to be standing in line for hours to try to talk to somebody. Or if you try calling the DPS, you can spend hours just waiting on hold on the phone. And so it's a very lengthy, time consuming process. And a lot of people don't have that time or luxury to get their license worked out right away, or the money to pay the reinstatement fees. And so what this does is it gives you an opportunity to drive legally, save yourself all the headache and time. We file the petition. We can usually get a person's occupational license within a few days,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't require you to have to go to court. We file it with a judge who will sign off an order. Once we will ask you for a few paperwork that we need to present to the court. Once you hire us, we can get you a occupational license within approximately 3 to 5 days, and that's all it takes. And you
That's
don't have
pretty
to
quick.
really do anything.
That's a pretty quick turnaround time. So if people go to traffic tickets now in 5, you basically handle any of their driving related issues. Do you do DWIs or DUIs or anything like that?
Yeah, we do. We do DWIs. It does unfortunately happen. It's quite common, and yes, we do handle those. And for those types of serious matters, it's important that we go ahead and get all your information down, and then let me review it, and then let me give you a call, because I like to meet with those personally in person, because they're a much more serious offense. Usually, a first DWI charge is a Class B misdemeanor,
Oh,
which
okay.
can involve some jail time possibly. And so we need to address those a little bit more
Okay.
with care. But
And
yes, we do handle any type of criminal offense that you may
yeah, and all your
be facing.
consultations are free, so they can get some advice on what course they need to take.
Absolutely,
That's pretty
absolutely.
cool.
I'm here to help.
Yeah, okay. So stop sign tickets, speeding violations, no insurance.
No insurance, any kind of moving violation that you may encounter, drug paraphernalia, um, and then there's also Class C misdemeanors that that don't involve moving. Like let's say you're charged with theft. Let's say you go into Walmart and you accidentally don't pay for some of your groceries, and then they have a loss prevention officer comes out and they place you under arrest and they charge you with theft. Those can be considered a Class C misdemeanor if it's $100 or less. And those are very important that you contact us as well, because nobody wants to have a theft conviction on their record. And I can honestly say that every client that I've had that has dealt with a theft charge, I've got them dismissed, or I've worked it out with the prosecutor in the district attorney's office so that this doesn't become a part of their permanent record.
Cool. Yeah, and I'm looking at your website. It's real nice, professional looking. They can hire you online for a traffic ticket even.
But yeah, we make it very easy.
That's
You don't
pretty
need
cool.
to have to worry about driving, going to an office, having to wait. You can do it all in the comfort of your home on your couch. You don't even need to speak. You can do it all online. Just you can use your smartphone and hire us through your phone, so you don't even have to make a phone call.
Well, that's pretty cool. So it's Traffic Tickets 915 here in downtown El Paso. They're located at 718 Myrtle Avenue, El Paso, Texas 79901. And the phone number is 915-542-0388. I'm assuming you have Spanish speakers to take care of our.
Absolutely,
Mm,
absolutely. Yes, we live in a border town, and so we understand that there's a lot of people here that their only language is Spanish, and we do accommodate that. We do
awesome.
accommodate anybody that has any wheelchair accessibility issues as well. We can accommodate you as well.
It's
So
awesome. Well, Robert, thank you. Best of luck to you.
thank you. I appreciate it, and look
Yes.
forward to the opportunity to provide service to the city of El Paso.
Awesome. Thanks.